whole point of this long division and the synthetic division is to get you thinking about the remainder. And the remainder can be gotten in a really easy way. I mean, a really easy way. You don't have to use synthetic. You don't have to use long division. All you have to do is plug in whatever you think your root is, plug in your root. And whatever comes out, f of c, that's your remainder. Of course, if it factors, the remainder equals what? That equals 0. But if it doesn't factor, it's just f of c. What do you mean? Just f, that's it. The remainder is f of c, f of that root. And all of the stuff that we're looking at as far as fancy polynomials, what we're really trying to say here is that if you divide by x minus c, this is a factor, c is my root, the f of c is your remainder, or p of c. And if p of c equals 0, then c is a root. And all they're saying here is that if you look at your leading term, the power or the degree of it, you're going to have n is going to be greater than 1 for any of these degrees of these factors. All right, so let's go to, and I love this too, they're talking about zeros. Zeros are the same as places where your factor equals 0, and the value themselves are the roots, but they're also considered x-intercepts. So that's, or they also call them zeros. Roots, x-intercept, zeros are the same thing. You get them from the factor. Okay, so when you look at a problem like number 23, you think this is going to be super hard. Finding all we want you to do is to find the remainder. If we had the root of x equal to -3, what would the factor be of this? Move it to one side, x plus 3, right? Okay, so now, what we're going to do is we're going to find out what the remainder is without doing synthetic with the root, without doing long division with the factor. All we're going to do is we're going to put the -3 in. And so you get 2 times -3 cubed minus -3 plus 6. -27 times 2 is -54. Yuck. Plus 3 plus 6. So -54 plus 9. Is that -45? No, 43. -4, huh? No, 45 is right. No. I'm going to add 6, 4, and then, yeah, I was right, -45. This is my remainder. Now, you could do synthetic, but all you had to do is plug in the value. Plug in. You can do that for 25, and then you're going to look at all of these. You can figure out what those remainders are. This one here, it says when x cubed minus 2x plus k is divided by this, leaves remainder of 5. I want you to use what we just talked about. Plug in x equal to what? The factor is x minus 2. Just a second. What's the root of x minus 2? 2. So that's what you're going to plug in, and you're going to see if you can find out what k is. I'm going to check 8, 10, these 3, and these 2. So 23 to the end tomorrow, and then we'll do our lab activity.